What's up, YouTube fans? Cyberbot here, and I am here to read a fanfic related to the costume I'm wearing. Newsflash, it's Danny Phantom. So, in this series, I'm going to talk about how yes, I dreamt of a few things. Do you mind accelerate? That are fanfic related, such as going to different cartoon worlds. Enough about that for right now. Right now, I'm going to read it to you. If this accelerate would stop killing me. Hey. Don't make me reset. Anywho, the series is called A Fan in Crossover Cartoon Universes. Now, that's going to be a lot of shows. I'm just not sure what order to go in, but I'm going order based off of what I know, so let's go ahead and get started. A Fan in Crossover Cartoon Universes. Chapter 1. Danny Phantom. The day started out like any other day. Until Colin, yes, Colin, got a package. He opened it and read the note inside. The note inside said, "Hi, my name is Aviva, from the Wildcrats. Sorry I missed your birthday, so I got you a little something." Colin reached in and found a creature power vest and gloves. He also found some creature power discs. On top, he found some. Hang on. He found a creature pod. He used the pod to call Aviva. So she answered. She said, "Hi, did you get the package?" I said, "Yes, of course I did." Anywho, thank you very much. And let me see, next line. Then I asked, "What's the second piece of paper for?" Aviva answered, "They are instructions on how to make a crossover universe remote." Then I said, "Well, thank you for the remote." Anywho, and I said, "Thank you for the instructions." And Aviva warned me to use my power vest responsibly. I laughed. And then said, "I will." Anyway, the call ended, and I put my vest on, and then I went to the parts store to pick up the parts to my new remote. It took a month to make the remote, but it also took only 10 tests to get the remote to work. When the remote worked, I typed in where I wanted to go. Before I went into the portal, I put my phone, charger, hub, and other objects, etc. I also brought along my dog, Jack's Skelling Dog. And yes, he's a skeleton. After I went into the portal, I ended up on the doorstep of the Fenton family house. I turned off the remote and the portal disappeared. Then I knocked on the door. It opened, and Danny Fenton answered it. He said, "You look tired. Do you want to come in?" I said, "Yes." So I came in, but before I do, can I ask your parents if it was okay to come in? His parents said yes. Af After I rested, I told them where I came from. I told them everything. Afterward, when Danny's friends came over, Sam and Tucker After the explaining, we went into the lab. After Danny and I were convinced enough, I took off my vest and gloves and we went into the ghost portal. Before I went in, I slapped a label with my initials on it. CSK. Danny asked, "Why would you need that?" I said it looks cool. We were wearing fitting protection suits. We went inside and Danny pressed a button inside the machine and zap. We both had snow white hair, glowing green eyes. We could walk through walls, disappear, and fly, as the song goes. After testing out our new powers, Danny was called Danny Phantom, as y'all know, and I was called Colin Spirit Kirby. The reason for this, well, one, I like the Spirit Halloween store too much. Two, it's got a nice ring to it. Anyway, back to the story. Anyway, the next day we went to school. After a month, I met Jazz Fenton. And on the weekend, she and I sorted and arranged my creature power discs. Then I talked to her about my remote. After that, I played with Jack Skelling Dog in the lab. Then Maddie said, "Colin, will you please come here with me and Jack for a minute?" So I did. Then Colin, wait, hang on, let's see. Jack Fenton asked, "Is your dog a ghost?" I answered, no, but he's a skeleton dog, so be careful." Then I told them. Oh, wait, it's on the back. Then I told them about the portal accident and that I have ghost powers. But before they could react, I promised them that I won't hurt them. The parents relaxed and told me not to use my powers in the house. I told them not to worry. Plus, I got in control of my powers. I made certain that Danny's parents would not get, be trigger happy. Later that day, at dinner time, I told Jazz the same thing. Surprise, she was cool with it. Later that night, I went to sleep in the lab. The next day, Danny and I went to school. At lunch time, Danny and I sensed a ghost. And yes, it was in the school. We snuck past the food fight to get a closer look. The ghost turned around and said, "Hello, kitties. Has someone changed the menu?" And you fans know the rest of the episode. If you haven't already seen it, go check it out on whatever device you use. Anyway, it was the lunch lady ghost. Anyway, after the fight and other ghosts' appearance, including Technus, Walker, and some others. Anyway, a month later, Danny, surprise, surprise, he was late for curfew. And we went on a trip to see Vlad, an old pal from college, buddy of Jack Fenton himself. That night, Danny and I they met and fought off Vlad Plasmius and other stuff. I'm just going to add this since I didn't write it down. He asked, "Oh, so you must be Danny Phantom, right?" Danny answered, "What, you know me?" "Well, of course I know you." And then he looked over at me. "And who are you?" I explained everything on how I got there. You see, I don't even know your name yet, but there's this remote on how I got here, and basically Danny and I got the same powers now, so that's something. And later on, when we were defeated, when we transformed back to our human selves, Vlad Plasmius smeared an evil smile and then said, "Dash's son is the ghost boy? And his new friend is a ghost as well?" He transforms back to human. Well, what do you know? And that's the end of the chapter, so tell me what y'all think in the comments. Sorry if I started a few times. I mean, this is my first time doing a fanfic of my own. And no, I didn't post this on any fan website. So if y'all want to hear, read, or listen to it, or whatever y'all are doing during your day, come to my channel. The name is Cyberbot. And remember, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Cyberbot rolling out. Seriously?